Listen, have a seat. Have a seat. I know, I know. Um, Technically it's your apartment, but have a seat. Look, the rest of the family wanted me to have a talk with you. No, 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 no. No judgments. No judgments. Let's face it, if we were judging you, would we have all pulled together and helped? I mean, you pretty much lost everything because of your addiction. And you know that. And you're getting help, and that's a good thing. Everyone just wanted me to remind you that you have a family, you have relatives, you have loved ones. We care about you. I mean, if we didn't, would we have helped you to get back on your feet? Now listen, I know everything isn't ideal. You used to have a nice house with a pretty substantial mortgage, so I guess not having that anymore is one nice thing. Listen, no one is judging you. And I get it, this isn't exactly ideal. You're basically starting over. But you're fortunate. You have a family that you can lean on, a family that loves you, cares about you, supports you. There are individuals out there just like you who don't have any of that. Now look, I know everything isn't perfect. This neighborhood, okay, it's not as fancy as the one you were in before. It's a working class neighborhood. It's not a poor neighborhood. It's not a drug neighborhood. It's not a neighborhood where people get gunned down in the streets or where people gun down violent attackers in the streets. It's a working class neighborhood, working class values. Same values that your father has, same values I have. I mean, yes, I know. You're starting over, not everything is perfect. Yes, including the placemats on the table. What can I say? Your Aunt Josephine, her favorite color is orange. What can I say? She also donated the table for your studio apartment. Now listen. Yeah, you're starting over. But you have a safe place to lay your head. All of us contributed whatever we could, including furniture. I mean, yes, it's a messed up thing that your former... look, don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. Okay, so your ex-wife pretty much got everything in the divorce, including the kids, but you still have visitation rights. You just have to keep showing the court that you're going to rehab, you're going to treatment. You've been doing it for several months now, so just keep at it. And I know it hasn't been easy going from one family member's home to another, until we were able to find this studio apartment for you and pay a few months' rent. But you've got it. all right. I believe you. I believe you. You'll pay us all back. No, no, no. I'm not being patronizing. I'm not. I know that everything that happened to you, especially the divorce, wasn't easy. Well, I mean, it's rather obvious that she was very angry with you. Otherwise, why would she take both vehicles? The judge gave her your sedan, and she got to keep that luxury Mercedes-Benz SUV. What can I say? If she was smart, she would have let you keep the sedan so you could keep going back and forth to your job and paying her alimony and child support. That's what smart women do. She decided to take both vehicles. Well, in fairness, she had no clue that you were going to lose your job anyway, did she? No. Look, I'm not here to talk about your ex. I'm not here to talk about your issues. I'm here to remind you that you have a loving family who cares about you. And we're here to help you any way we can. Now, we got you this studio apartment in this working class neighborhood. We got you a few bags of groceries. We got you furniture. And, well, what can I say? You and I happen to be the same size, so I don't throw anything out. So I basically raided my closet, and now you have plenty of clothes to wear. They're a little old and maybe not the most fashionable, but who cares about that crap? Listen, the clothing donation isn't the only thing from me. Well, yeah, I heard that. What do you expect? It's an older building. The pipes sometimes act up. Don't worry about it. It doesn't happen often. Look, once again, you've got everything you need to make a fresh start. Heck, your other uncle, good old Rodney, he went with you to the used car dealership, didn't he? Yeah. Well, that's how your Uncle Rodney is. He's able to find weird things that still exist. I mean, nowadays, most used car dealerships are pre-owned dealerships, and they sell high-end cars. Quite frankly, I'm amazed that he found an actual used car dealer. But he found him, and he negotiated a good deal for you. Okay, I get it. It's not exactly the most ideal thing in the world. It's a lot smaller than your previous sedan, which was Japanese and very reliable, but, you know, you've got a sedan. It's smaller. It's got a lot of miles on it. Yes, I know. 80,000 miles is a lot. But you have transportation. You have a car. Just like you have an apartment, you have clothes on your back, you have food in the refrigerator, you have furniture in your place. What do you want me to say? You've got everything that a person needs who's starting out in life, living on their own. And I realize it's not ideal, especially the orange placemats on the table, but I mean, your Uncle Rodney, he negotiated one hell of a deal for that car. Maybe later on it'll be unreliable, but right now she runs, she works, and you can take her to your new job. Yep, I told you. I have a friend. He owes me a huge favor. I called it in. Well, you know me. I don't like owing people, and I don't like it when people owe me. So, I gave Eric a phone call, had a conversation with him, and I stuck my neck out for you. So please, don't make me regret it. I know, you're going to rehab, you're doing everything you need to do, but you're still looking back on your old life with a lot of envy. I know you want to go back to it, but your old life is gone. Your wife, she's now your ex. Yes, you still have children. They are not your ex-children, but it's going to be quite a while before you can adjust the visitation rights and see them more often than every other weekend and one major holiday out of the year. Well, considering the shape you were in back then, can you really blame her? I mean, you are very fortunate that judge took pity on you and didn't award full custody to your wife. You're very fortunate. You could have had all of your parental rights stripped away. Oh, that's the automatic air freshener. Yeah, your Aunt Beatrice put that in. Don't worry about it. Listen, it's going to take some more time. It's going to take a couple of years. You got to stick with the treatment. You got to stick with the program. And you got to be able to hold down a job for at least a couple of years. And then you can go back and talk to the judge about increasing visitation. But you got to be able to show the courts that you are no longer that person who screwed up and messed up his life. Okay? And like I said, yes, my buddy Eric got you the job at the newspaper. Look, I know. When you were growing up as a kid, you wanted to work at a newspaper office. That was your big dream. Things changed. Well, now you get to work at a newspaper office. Well, hold on now. They don't call it janitor anymore. You're going to be a porter. That's right. Well, what do you want me to say? That's the politically correct term nowadays. You're not a janitor, you are a porter. But yes, it basically means the same thing. I'm not going to lie to you. You're going to be working at the newspaper as a porter. Okay? Look, I got you the only job that they had an opening for. Or I should say, my friend Eric got you the only porter position they had an opening for. Now, for the first couple of days, you're going to be working with one of the more experienced guys, and he's going to show you what you need to do every single night. Yes, nighttime porter. I know you don't like it, but that was the only position open. Well, it pays an extra 50 cents an hour. Hey, right now you could use all the help you can get, and it's a starting point. And going at night allows you to go to the meetings, and it allows you to complete the program without asking your new boss for time off. Think about it. And every time you're out there on the street in your used car, which is new to you, there's not going to be any traffic. So that's a benefit. And thankfully, this building does have a garage, and you do have an assigned spot. So that also works out. You're not going to be hunting for a parking spot every morning when you come home. But listen, just because you work at night, you've got to have a lot of discipline, self-discipline. I know it's not going to be easy, and you're going to have to get used to being a day sleeper. But you have a job, you have a car, you have an apartment, you have furniture, you have clothes on your back, and you got food in your refrigerator, and you got money coming in every week. You just have to not screw it up, okay? I know your landlord is a bit of a jerk, but like I said, we took care of first and last month's and your security deposit, and you're paid up for the next couple of months as well. So you don't have to worry about that. And, thankfully your neighbors are not noisy, and they're not nosy either. You just have to bear down and concentrate on work, and the program, and the meetings. Those are the three most important things. Quite frankly, in the morning, you should be coming home exhausted and collapsing into bed. You have to concentrate on work, the meetings, the program. I mean, yes, I know you've gotten better, but now the hard part begins. You have to maintain it. Later on, save up that money, put it into your bank account. Later on, maybe you can get a better car. Maybe you can get a better job. Maybe you can get a better apartment. Maybe a one-bedroom instead of a studio. But honestly, this place is not bad. It's better than my apartment when I started out. Listen, once again, you have a loving family. We're here for you. You made a terrible mistake, and it cost you a lot. Your wife is now your ex. Your former job is gone. Most of your possessions are gone. And the judge insisted that, well, I guess what he did with the house wasn't exactly fair. And your wife got both vehicles. What can I say? You still have your children. You still have visitation. You have to do better for them, okay? Now you've got my number. You need anything, you know who to call. Once again, we're here for you. Just work hard. Concentrate on the important things. All right, I gotta get going. But if you need me, pick up the phone.